What do troops abroad think about him? I think we're all curious about that because they're abroad, they're serving this country, and they're seeing the Secretary of Defense, their top boss there, sharing these sensitive details on separate group chats. One group chat that includes his family members. What are they thinking? Do they feel safe right now in their jobs?
No, a lot of them do not. I've heard from active duty troops I've never heard before on an issue like this that's in the political discussion. They are disgusted. They know they can't trust him. They know they can't enforce these own rules, or at least they're going to have difficulty doing so with their own troops, because the top person in the Pentagon, the person who's supposed to lead by example, the person who's demanding accountability from his organization but refuses to take accountability for his own illegal behavior, just cannot be trusted. I can't tell you just how frightening it is to be in a situation where you're putting your life on the line and you can't trust the people above you. I remember what that feels like on the ground in Iraq, when people in Washington were making decisions completely out of touch with reality, with the reality that we faced on the ground in that war. It's an incredibly disheartening feeling. And even at that time, though, we didn't have a Secretary of Defense who was this incompetent. We didn't have a Secretary of Defense, even though I disagreed with many of the things they were doing, who just lied through his teeth and was completely untrusted by even his closest advisors. I don't think we've ever had a situation like this before in American history, and it's incredibly dangerous for our national security. We all know we can't trust Hegseth. That means our allies don't respect him and can't trust him. That means our adversaries, our enemies around the globe, don't respect him and don't trust his resolve. And worst of all, it means our own troops cannot trust him with their lives.
I'm curious what you think our enemies specifically are thinking right now, because this is what White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said today. This is what happens when the entire Pentagon is working against you and working against the monumental change you are trying to implement. And that quote sounds like some in the Trump administration are at war with the government they run. And this approach arguably helped them win when they were campaigning, but now they're running the government here. So what type of message is this sending to the enemies abroad, as well as our enlisted men and women abroad too?
It shows that the top people in the Trump administration know absolutely nothing about leadership. And the message that it's sending to our adversaries abroad is that this is a good time to think about taking advantage of the United States. There's chaos at the top of the Pentagon, as admitted by some of Hegseth's own closest advisors. Our troops know that they can't trust their leadership. This is a recipe for American military disaster, and it's an invitation to our adversaries to take advantage of us now.